let's talk about how I don't feel feminine enough. Hello, my loves. Welcome to my channel. My name is Exis, and this is my channel, Exis Does. In the past 2 vlog videos I've done, I haven't really done like an intro at all, but if you were to ask me what I do on here, it is somewhere in between what I do, usually commentary and my best. But today, we're doing a little vlog style. I thought it would be a great time to do like a vlogging format right now because I am eating something different for once. I'm eating Einstein Brothers bagels. So I guess we'll do like a little mukbang situation, except you can't really see my food. You can't really see my food unless I move the camera. Is it going to work if I move the camera? But can you see my face? And do I have to like move further back for you to see my face? So like if I move over here, okay, yeah, okay. And I should probably put some pants on. I'll be right back. I have come with pants. They are shorts, nude color shorts, which can be confusing because some people might think these aren't pants, but they actually are. They're my pajamas. I like to wear them a lot because they're silk and they're soft, or they're satin and they're soft and just kind of comfy to be around. So, all right, let's get into why I don't feel feminine enough. Yeah, okay. It's not so much that I don't feel feminine enough. I think a lot of girls have felt a lot of pressure, and young women have felt pressure to portray this type of femininity that they see on the internet from the past couple years or so. I want to say the divine femininity, feminine, self-help, self-actualization content really got repopularized again around, I want to say like 2021, 2022, and then it like catapulted and skyrocketed, and now we're here in 2024 where we have a buttload of femininity content, a buttload of dating coaches telling you how to be feminine to obtain a high value man, a buttload of self-actualization content, and a buttload of like modesty content as well. And as I'm seeing this at my big age, I'm observing how people are taking in this content and consuming it. I'm observing how some of my everyday favorite content creators have been using some of this content or these mannerisms and incorporating it into their lifestyles, wanting to be more feminine, wanting to be more softer. And as I'm seeing it, I'm like almost wondering, what are we trying to accomplish with being more feminine? Let me finish my bagel. Why does femininity have to look a very specific and niche way? Like, let's talk about it, all right? Let's expand on it, okay? So when I was first exposed to this femininity content that came out, I noticed that it was kind of like a trickle effect. It's very sneaky how it started up. It started with self-care content, and soft life content, which is very derivative of the femininity movement, where it was teaching young women how to, take care of yourself, female hygiene. It was at this point I learned what Dr. Bronner's was, and that changed my whole entire life. I invested more into because, I like to smell good, and, just kind of having a relaxation type of period in your life, or just learning how to be more relaxed, take care of yourself more, take baths, take it easy, right? I think if anything during the pandemic that happened 4 years ago, isn't that crazy? It really taught us how to just be still and take care of yourself. Be still and take care, okay? And I feel like that self-care movement, that soft life movement really helped exacerbate that thought. I hope I'm using that word right. Maybe expand on that thought, okay? And that idea. And, like I said, some of the things I learned from self-care really helped, like learning how to use Dr. Bronner's, learning what like pH balanced kitty cat washes to use down there. That really, really helped me. But what I started to notice is that as I consumed more and more of this self-care content, I started seeing more content on how to be a high value and feminine woman, and what type of feminine and high value woman I needed to be in order to obtain a mate. When this type of content started to infiltrate my algorithm, I had already had a partner, so me wanting to pursue a mate wasn't the primary goal. But I noticed that a lot of this femininity content that comes out, its primary goal is to make sure that you, the consumer, do all of these things to align with quote unquote femininity in order to obtain a male partner. In other words, I feel like it's very male centered. Now, don't get me wrong, there are few and far between content creators who do explore like the self-care, self-actualization, divine femininity content that isn't so much male-centered as much as it's just like being a better person and not taking any shit. But then you look at most of the content out there for feminine like stuff and how to be more like of a woman, and you realize the end goal is for you to obtain a man. And on top of that, the way femininity looks is very specific and very niche to copying and patterning yourself off of a very particular demographic. So whiteness, I mean, hate to be too real on a nice relaxing morning of eating Einstein bagels, but yeah, it's whiteness that you're trying to cosplay, especially with like the modesty content when you have the creators who are like classy, cute, tacky. Yeah, that's all rooted in like trying to obtain like that good old fashioned old money whiteness. Now, I'm gonna just expose myself a little bit. I grew up in Connecticut. Connecticut is a very, from what I've been told, a very like wealthy area. However, me and my parents were not wealthy, okay? They were fighting for their lives and I was just trying to do my best, all right? I was around a lot of like wealthy kids, a lot of like wealthy enough high school kids, and how they move and how they act, how their parents moved, how their parents acted. And this isn't to flex, disclaimer, I am not flexing, okay? So don't think I'm up here trying to be like, like, no, I'm not flexing. I'm just telling you that trying to obtain that lifestyle, to me at least, was very boring. Like, it seemed very boring and uninteresting and very rigid and conforming. That's just how it felt. And as it tied back into femininity content and back into like modesty content and what you should wear and how you should dress and how you should carry yourself, and we saw that whole like movement of Lori Harvey. Yeah, remember that? Lori Harvey? Yeah. I wonder how she's doing. I haven't heard much from her. I think it's because of, you know, all the stuff that's going on right now, because I think she dated you-know-who, so I don't know. Maybe she's just laying low for a minute. But like a lot of that type of content focused on Lori Harvey and put a lot of emphasis on Lori Harvey and like how to be more like her, how to dress like her, how to act like her, some of the things she does. This woman, mind you, has not even opened up her mouth to say what she does to get to where she is. And it's just a bunch of people, like these femininity channels, trying to like pinpoint, pick, and tear apart every little thing this woman has done when you don't even know what's going on in her mind, right? At most, we know that she did Pilates to get those like rock solid abs during the Met Gala, I believe, or during the Grammys when she was dating Michael B. Jordan. But outside of that, like, we don't really know the type of woman that she is. You just know how she portrays herself online. Some of these feminine content channels will go as far as to be like, oh, she's a girl's girl. Oh, she always sticks up for her girlfriends. Oh, she doesn't take no shit from anybody. And it's like, you don't, but like, you really don't know that. You don't know her life day to day. So like, why is she the blueprint? I will say I do like the way she dresses. So Lori Harvey was a thing. And then we got to the point, which was crazy. I never thought I would see this in my life, but a lot of the popular Instagram baddies of like 2016 who really got their footing on Instagram, right, wore the Fashion Nova two-piece sets. They had their hair slayed to the gods, makeup slayed to the gods, you know, hair on fleek, baby lace, what lace wear, sis, like those girls. So like the Brittany Renners of the world, now they're like rebranding as modesty women. And, you know, like, do what you do. I think I was very fascinated by seeing this open and public rebrand of rekindling a relationship with God, being more religious, going on a modesty journey, and just acting, dressing, and appearing more modest and or demure, I guess. I just found it interesting that they're actually documenting this right before our very eyes instead of just, like, doing it. For example, I had my little thoughty boppy face. Trust me, if you knew me in my past life, I had my little thought boppy face. But when I just kind of got tired of it, And I didn't like put my rebrand out into the ether for everybody. I just kind of did it. I'm not even like on a modesty journey, to be honest with you. I'm just on a comfortable journey. I want to feel comfortable and cute. And so I embrace big baggy t-shirts, especially when I go outside. I'm focused more on jewelry and like certain elements that really make me feel cute instead of just like dressing in a bodycon dress I bought from Shein for like $12. And that's where I am in my current life. But I haven't really like talked about it too much. I just kind of did it. And I find it interesting that a lot of like IG baddies now are just kind of talking about it while doing it. And to be completely honest with you, like we get older, we change, we evolve. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I find it interesting because what started as I'm gonna dress more modestly for myself because I feel empowered when I dress this way turned into, hey guys, I'm getting all this attention by the way I dress. Meanwhile, you look like you're the first church mother of a Kojic congregation, quiet as it's kept if we're being real. But it's okay because the church mothers dress down. They eat down every first Sunday and they're all white attire. But I'm just saying that's what you're giving. And I think there should be a conversation about how there are different ways to portray modesty that don't have to make you look like a Pentecostal auntie or a pilgrim, you know, but if you want to dress that way, that's fine. But I think one of the reasons why you're getting that attention is because you really do look like you're going to church, and that's okay. But it started off with that type of content, right? Where it's like, I'm on a modesty journey for me because I'm enjoying myself and I'm having fun. And that's great. And, you know, I want to, you know, kind of respect my body. That's great. Awesome. Let's go on that journey with you, sister. That it turned into, I get so many looks from men and get so much attention from them because I dress more modestly now. And it's just like, where is the plot? Because I think we lost it. Because why are you trying to dress modestly for men? Why are you trying to dress modestly for the attention of other people? I thought like a modesty journey was just for you, to make you feel good, for whatever religious promise you made to your creator, for whatever promise you made to yourself, like for how you wanted to be portrayed in the world. I thought it was for you. And then take it a step further, now we're talking about how lace fronts are ratchet. This creator was, I guess, got accused of self-hatred or whatever, respectability politics, because they said that lace fronts were ratchet. Like 13x7 lace fronts, the ones that you wear all across your head, are now ratchet, and you shouldn't wear those anymore. You should probably wear half wigs or sew-ins or whatever. And let me tell you something about sew-ins, okay? Because I know the sew-in trend is coming back. I know it's coming back full throttle, okay? One, there used to be dirt cheap for you to get a little sew-in with some leave out. It used to be anywhere between $120, $160, boom, bam, be on your way. With the sew-ins and the leave out, you know, you have to make sure you either find a sew-in that blends with your hair or you have to put your hair at risk for heat damage, okay? Unless you can really take care of it, unless you're not exercising as much. Like, sew-ins are cute, but when that leave out don't blend, it's given a little raggedy, a little bit. Unless that's the look you're going for. If you like it, I love it, sister. Keep going, right? Just keep going. But like that's what sew-ins kind of give sometimes. Creator was preaching sew-ins, how you have to keep wearing, how you have to wear sew-ins now because it's more classy to have a little bit of hair left out, you know, appear more natural, shorter nails, all of that. And see, this is where it gets weird because one, lace fronts can be very classy and very beautiful, depending on how you style it, depending on how you wear it. You know, they can be very, very beautiful. But two, who cares? Like, why? What are we doing this for? Who are we doing this for? Because at the end of the day, like at one point, I thought we were doing this for ourselves. I thought we were going on this modesty journey for ourselves, being more feminine for ourselves. But now all of a sudden we have to do all of these things in order to perform this form of femininity, this form of modesty that is acceptable to whom? For what? And that's my problem with femininity content. I feel like the way I look right now, the way I dress like right now, even like the way I look when I like style myself and I put on makeup and, you know, put on a wig and whatnot, I feel like I would never align to the idea of being a feminine woman. However, when I wake up every single morning, I feel like a feminine woman. I feel pretty feminine. I wake up, I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, you look good, girly pop, keep moving. Femininity should have never been a performance as much as it should have just been how it makes you feel as a woman. And therefore it is different for so many type of women and femmes out there. It has to be. What might be feminine to one person is going to a 5-star spa and eating at a Michelin restaurant and being wined and dined by a wealthy billionaire. But what might be feminine for another woman may just be like, I don't know, sitting on your couch watching the 5th episode of Blue Lock and eating hot Cheetos. It's different for everyone. And then sometimes it's in between. We don't have no wealthy billionaires that can wine and dine us, and maybe we don't want to eat hot Cheetos on our couch. But maybe we can have a nice soft bath with some candles and some flowers, but get some cheese puffs and a glass of wine and, call it a day. Femininity should have never been a performance. And I think with the rise of social media, it makes these type of topics, these type of conversations that are more so about soul searching than they are about looking a certain way, a performance, unfortunately. For anybody who's watching this and is going through whatever soul searching, self-retrospective, self-actualization journey, or is just trying to figure out how to be more feminine, I do not look like peak feminine right now, so maybe I shouldn't be giving you this advice, but maybe I can just give you some like big sis vibe advice energy. Do what makes you happy and what makes you just feel good in general, and that could be very specific and different to you. Like with gender, for me personally, like, I don't know, without having the woke police cut my throat, I guess more or less I think it is a spectrum. And I think the whole conversation of if you're feminine enough or if you're masculine enough is a form of devaluing like the person and not really exploring who someone is as a person, because we're so much more than our gender sometimes. And sometimes we have both of those qualities, and that's okay. I also want to end with one more take, that I do believe that the femininity movement has gained so much popularity amongst Black spaces and with Black women because there has been a constant effort to defeminize us through media, through music videos, now through podcasts. Like there's just a constant battle of just like defeminizing us or putting us into the you're a strong Black woman, you got this box. And I'm gonna just tell you this right now. For me, okay, I'm not a strong Black woman. And sometimes I don't got it. And sometimes I need to be treated like a dainty flower, okay? So that trope needs to die today, all right? And that's why I feel like some of the femininity content out there is positive, because it does shine a light on, hey sis, you do not need to be strong. You do not need to fit that trope. Don't date anyone who's trying to put you in the strong Black woman boxes. That's not how you want to be treated. If you want to be treated softer, go look for that. I love that part of femininity content, okay? Because we all deserve to be treated soft. We're all not strong. We need to have a place to put our barriers down. And I think it is a generational curse that a lot of Black women go through, where it is expected for them to buck up and toughen up in situations that our non-Black counterparts don't have to buck up and toughen up for. You know what I mean? That's like the expectation. I see why it's on the rise. I see why there's a demand for it. But I hope that we all understand that at the end of the day, most of that content is a performance. And it's not really what you need to do internally in order to feel whole with yourself. I'd say instead of focusing so much more on feeling feminine, focus more on how you feel and what makes you feel good. And if it just so happens to be feminine, that's okay. And if it just so happens to be masculine, that's okay. As long as you wake up in the morning and you feel like a woman or a femme, it should not be the end of the world. You don't have to wear pink and dainty jewelry and get that outright 3407 half wig that looks like a 90s blowout in order to feel like a feminine woman. Like, you can just exist and be you, and that's okay. And the way you be you and the way you practice self-care does not have to be aesthetically pleasing. I'd say it's self-care right now, eating my half-bitten Einstein bagels. It's great. And my Sutra green juice. I'm having a great time over here. But yeah, I think that's it. That's all I got. This is just something that's been heavy on my mind. And I'm not one to be like, what about the children? But I do worry about young preteen girls that watch and consume this content who don't have like the frontal lobe development to understand that a lot of the content out here is meant for you to consume and is selling you an idea, a product, or a concept, rather than it being like good for you and your self-worth. There's a lot of negativity out nowadays, and I don't know, if I was a 14-year-old girl in today's day and age, I don't know how I would I don't know how I would make it, because it's just a lot of shit now. Like, people are ruthless on the internet, but technically people have always been ruthless. It's just now they have more of a mouthpiece and more exposure to do it, so it is what it is. That's all I got for you. I'm gonna finish my 2 bagels. Thank you so much for sticking by my little vlog of me eating my bagels and drinking my green juice while I rant to you about why I don't feel feminine enough. Ooh, I hope this video doesn't give pick-me-sha. If it does, oh well. Oh well, like, girl. I also think that a lot of people like to weaponize the idea of being a pick-me-sha when they just don't like a girl, or weaponize the idea of mom being a girl's girl when they just don't like somebody. Like, that's my personal take too. But anyway, yeah, that is it. I have nothing else to talk about, so I'm gonna let y'all go. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Be sure to like and subscribe if you're into this type of content. I'm doing something different, changing up angles, exposing you more to how I live. Don't forget to drink water and have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.